Hi YouTube, I just thought I'd do a quick video of my royal python. They're also called ball pythons. The scientific name is Python regius, but I'll just show you the setup down here. It's a very basic setup. I just keep it with a hide, a water dish, and then this tub goes inside a larger enclosure where I keep other reptiles that is thermostatically controlled, so that keeps the temperature right. So this is an albino one. I'll just lift this up and show you. Okay, here it is. So weekly maintenance is really just cleaning out this water dish, which I haven't done yet, removing sort of dead skin, and if they happen to do any sort of fecal matter, remove that as well. But I like to obviously feed her first, or him actually, this one's a him. So here's a rat. So what I've got here is just a mug with some hot water in. I just dip the rat in here. It could be a mouse as well. This is quite a good sort of size for him to eat. And then I'll just put this close. So they actually have a lot of heat pits on their face. You can probably see them actually, like the little grooves just along the mouth line. Those are heat pits. So in a minute the tongue will probably come out, or it might just strike straight at it. Usually when they start creeping forward like this, it's a good sign that they're interested. See the tongue coming out now. There you go. I was just thinking about heating up the mouse again at that point, but he's taken it, so that's fine. So obviously what he does is just wrap himself around it a bit, just sort of mimicking what would happen in the wild. Obviously in the wild he'd be actually killing it as well, which would take a bit longer, but normally he gets on with starting to swallow it fairly quickly. So yeah, a lot of people can have problems with these royal pythons sort of refusing to eat at certain points, and they do. Sometimes they just have a period of sort of fasting where they don't bother. So maybe if you keep them a bit too dry or that sort of thing, that quite often causes them not to eat as regularly. But I think just having a really regular routine where you feed them like maybe once a week at the same time, then they get used to it. And also just not kind of spooking them too much. So when I remove the cork bark, I like to try and feed the snake as soon after that as possible, so it knows what's happening. And if I were to start cleaning out his cage first, you know, and changing his water dish and doing all that sort of thing, it might just spook him a bit, and then he might not want to eat. So I just try and avoid doing that. And I try and feed him at night time, just when it's sort of everything else is quiet, and it seems to work. So I think he's actually pausing for a bit before he eats it, but maybe I have to do a separate video of him actually swallowing it. But this is a really nice species of snake, you know, only reaches about 6 foot, which might sound like quite a lot, but actually is really small for a python. So they're really kind of handleable, manageable snakes, and they have this habit of curling into a ball, which is why they're called ball pythons. So actually, you know, you can hold them really easily. They're a really good sort of beginner snake, apart from the being reluctant to feed sometimes. But like I say, if you get into that routine of just feeding them regularly, that works well. So yeah, this is an albino one, and you can see the red eyes there. I used to keep these. I used to keep sort of normal morphs of these, and then all the sort of more common ones. But I ended up selling those because I didn't really want to breed these at the time. I keep blood pythons, and I breed those, but these royal pythons have become so kind of common in the pet trade that I just wanted to have like one. I might buy another one, but just to show the normal morph again. But these albino ones, I remember, quite a few years back, they would go for really big money, like thousands of pounds. And now I think this one cost me like about £100. So it's a bargain. And you can see it's quite a high yellow content in the albino, so he's a really nice specimen. But yeah, I am concentrating more on the blood pythons just because they get a bad rap, the blood pythons, because a lot of people find them to be quite an aggressive snake. But that is usually ones that have either been wild caught or just have never been handled very much. So mine, when I bred them, all the juvenile ones, I just handle them regularly. And apart from when they very first came out of the egg, they're a bit striky. Now you can pick them up and they're absolutely fine. So they should make really good adult snakes because they're a much bigger, kind of heavier snake. Anyway, like I say, I'll do another video of him swallowing this when he starts. He is starting to now, but it can take quite a long time for them to swallow it. Sometimes they grab the mouse or the rat from the wrong end, or they'll grab it like right in the middle of the rat, and then obviously they can't really swallow it from the middle, so then they have to sort of readjust and try and find the head, because they need to get the head into their mouth to kind of make it easier for them to swallow it, which is what this one's doing now. This is a particularly good it's a bit jammy actually. It's good that he's got it straight away and it looks like it's going to go down easily. But yeah, if they grab it at the wrong end, it could take quite a few attempts at readjusting to try and get the head in the mouth first. They can swallow them backwards. I've seen them swallow them, like tail in first, but it's not as easy for them. So yeah, this is still obviously a juvenile, which is one of the reasons why I'm just keeping it in this sort of rearing tub. Although they really like this. I've done experiments where I've kept them in much bigger, kind of more naturalistic enclosures, and I've had one end where it's got like a tub, just a tub like this, or a hide, cork bark hide, and you find however nice the enclosure is, they tend not to go up and wrap themselves around a natural kind of tree branch or anything like that. They always go for wherever the hide is, and it just seems like a waste of a big naturalistic cage that you could be keeping something else in, if they're always just going to go to the sort of the hide box and rest in there. And as long as they get fed, they seem really happy, and they'll just stick in this one place for most of the time. So yeah, it is very easy to keep this kind of species, and they because they're only eating once a week. If you go away on holiday or something for a week and come back, that's absolutely fine. I've got other animals, like I've got a pet armadillo that needs to be fed twice a day. So if I go on holiday ever, I have to take him with me. But yeah, I can recommend royal pythons as a sort of a pet snake species. Anyway, thanks for watching. Check out my other videos and hit subscribe to see lots more animals and how I keep them. Catch you in the next video.